Good evening and welcome to Clearly College Park Business and Industrial Development Authority meeting for Thursday, May 14th, 2020 at 6:34 p.m. I am now calling the meeting to order and we will start with roll.
I'm Demetrius Taylor, Vice Chair.
Jamel McKenzie, Secretary Treasurer.
Ambrose Clay, Mayor Pro Tem.
Bianca Motley Broom, Mayor.
R.D. Jones, Executive Director, Clearly College Park.
Attorney Bovada.
Okay, is that everyone?
Ken Allen, Councilman Ward 3.
Thank you.
Did we hear from Dan?
Yeah.
Yes, Dan, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Tasha Hall Garrison, Assistant Treasurer for Clearly College Park, Assistant Secretary Treasurer.
Thank you, Tasha. Did I hear from the city manager?
Yes, ma'am. I believe Dan and I commented concurrently with one another, but for the record, Terrence Moore, Office of the City Manager. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this time, we will have review and approval of the minutes.
Madam Chair, I have one correction on page 1 of the minutes.
Yes,
Under line 26, action, Secretary Treasurer Jamel McKenzie moved to approve the minutes with corrections.
corrections. You want an S on there, huh?
Well, I guess it was just one correction, but the way it's worded now, move to approve minute should be minutes plural.
Minutes, okay.
And to approve the minutes, not just minute. If we want to be formal.
Okay. So may I have a motion to approve the minutes with the said correction?
So moved.
Second it.
All approve, say
Aye.
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 Any nays? Motion carried. Thank you. At this time, we will have additions, deletions, amendments, or changes to the agenda. And I have two. One for open session, and that is regarding ongoing concerns about the 18 acres at Jamestown. And one for executive, and that would be Southeast Capitol. May I receive a motion to approve those two items to be added?
I so move that.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. We will move right along to new business.
Okay. Under new business, ongoing concerns with the Jamestown property. What we have is about mid last year, the Jamestown property, there is a soccer field actually on that real estate, on that field. It's part of the 18-acre Jamestown site. Let me share screen with you so that you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Basically, this is if you look at my cursor, this is the tennis court. This is the Jamestown Park, Charles E. Phillips Park, right here. This area is all the Jamestown site. And what you can see right here is pretty recent. This is a soccer field. This is the 18-acre. This property is the 18-acre site, but of course, this is a soccer field. I found out about this about midsummer last year, that I guess there was a soccer team that was playing over here on the baseball field. And I saw that they spread dirt out over here in this area. At the time, I talked with the recreation director, which is Emmanuel Rainey. And he said that they were just, I guess, the coaches that were actually facilitating the soccer teams was providing free labor in spreading dirt out there and going to turn it into a temporary soccer field. There was, to my knowledge, I'm not sure if well, to my knowledge, no one ever came to BIDA to say yay or nay as far as what should be going on with this particular property. But since then, of course, we've, sod has been added. It has been of no cost to the city of College Park. There was a volunteer group that came to town, and they facilitated several different projects throughout town, from spreading out pine straw on Main Street to actually putting down sod on baseball diamonds, putting sod down here, and picking up trash on Main Street. They did a lot of different projects. They also financed it out of their pockets. Chair Lady Cornelius asked me about the project, and this is a couple of months ago, and I told her that, the field was there. It was a temporary use. I hate that it would be a temporary use just because of the amount of money that probably had to go into the sod itself. Like I said, it's no cost to the city of College Park. But I said, before this gets out of hand, one thing that we need to do as the Business and Industrial Development Authority was to discuss, that we need to have a protocol as far as if anything is going to be going on Business and Industrial Development Authority property, it needs to come through the Business and Industrial Development Authority first, so that we are not surprised if we find someone that is interested in purchasing this 18-acre site, or even in the 6 West property. There's a couple of sites within the 6 West property where wells have been, placed, water wells have been actually located in the 6 West property. So either we have to develop around those wells, or we have to cap those wells and relocate them somewhere else. But this is just a discussion item, and this is for, I'm here to address any questions that the board might have with this particular property or any property throughout the city of College Park.
Artie, I would just like to say at this point, as a professional courtesy, I would think that the board of directors should be aware of any activity going on any BIDA property.
Madam Chair, I would agree with you on that. And I'm surprised that wasn't communicated through the people that were on BIDA at the time that represent the city council. Let me give you a little more background on that. Councilman Gay had come to me and said he wanted to do something for the kids there and have a little area for them to play, smooth out the ground a bit. And I think I motioned to approve $5,000 for Public Works to assist in putting things on there, leveling off the ground and what have you. I also made the statement that this is BIDA property, and we will sell this as part of the 18 acres. And so I recommended that we not do anything more than a minimal improvement on the field. No lights, no stands, spectator stands, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. I was not aware that I don't think I was aware that it had been approved by council. I think it came to council at some point, but I don't know that we ever approved it or disapproved it. But in my opinion, that land is always at risk. And unless whoever buys that land feels the need to have a soccer field there or something in that spot, that land is up for grabs. So I have been opposed to putting any significant amount of money into that. And so far, the city hasn't put a significant amount of money into that.
Okay, well, just for future reference, any activity on any BIDA property, please extend us the courtesy of letting us be aware of what's going on.
Well, I'm on BIDA this year, and I'll do that, and I'm sure the mayor will as well.
Okay.
May I ask a couple of questions, please?
Okay.
I remember that there was we just did a celebratory thing with Councilman Gay, is this the same property that we were talking about, the soccer team that he's supposed to be sponsoring or something like that? Because it was a whole big celebratory thing that we just did at council, was the last council meeting of the council before, where he went through and just approved something, or was it with the budget planning? Something just got approved so that he can do all this.
That
Yeah,
soccer
I'm-
field would happen on the tennis courts.
On the tennis court, it was a,
Okay, so this
it
is
was
the same thing.
a makeover of the tennis court.
Okay.
Something similar to what we did with the Hawks court at Badgett Field.
Okay. Okay, so now my second question would be, and this, I guess I'm piggybacking off of what Madam Chair has said. When we got so whoever approved for them to go and put the dirt and stuff down, who approved that, and did that go to anybody besides recreation, Parks and Recreation at that time? Because it seemed like nobody knows what was going on with this, or was this haphazardly a fluke because these folks were volunteering the coin and volunteering their efforts?
Well, the first approval, and Artie, maybe you can help me out. The first approval was by council, and as I recall, we did approve $5,000, and
Yeah.
Public Works was going to help with spreading the dirt on the field and so forth. A little bit later, there was talk about putting in an irrigation system for the field, which I was opposed to. I don't believe we did it, although maybe we did. I don't think we
Yes.
did.
It is there. The irrigation system is there.
Who put that in?
I do not know. The reason is I just I just visited the field 2 days ago when I remembered that this meeting was coming up and that Madam Chairlady wanted to talk about this. So I walked out on the field and I saw the irrigation heads are out there on the field. I'm not sure if it's actually hooked to water. More than likely it is, because they have to irrigate the sod that is there now. But the irrigation is there. And I believe that was volunteer. I believe that the $5,000 was actually that went into the pipes for the irrigation, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe my memory is just failing me. But my whole concern was that, if we want a field for the kids to play on, great, but don't put in stands, don't put in lights, don't put in irrigation, don't put in anything that is going to be thrown away if we have to sell that property.
Exactly.
Because you're not going to constrain, you're not going to say, well, you can't, we're not going to not sell part of that property. Believe me.
Right.
Exactly. And I think my final question, just for clarity's sake, of course, for the record, and that is, this organization that donated the funds to do what as much as they've done already, are they clear that that was a donation to the city and that we're not expecting them to want something in a quid pro quo kind of thing because they donated the money for the few improvements that they have done already?
I can answer that question for you. The organization that put I guess that donated the sod and did all the work throughout the city, they were just simply having a conference at the GICC. They needed a service project to do while they were here. They had 300 workers here. So they just donated all the money. They donated the labor, and it was a great overall project for the city of College Park. We got a lot of free labor, a lot of free stuff. And it was, we had public works people along with economic development, recreation. We were all just kind of working together. It was a great project overall. They don't expect anything back. As a matter of fact, there was about $5,000 in addition to paying for all the supplies that we did not use, and we tried to give it back to them. And they said, no, you just go ahead and keep it. So that money went to the College Park Main Street Association, because that was the organization that headed up all of the projects throughout the city. So they don't want anything back. They go to a different city each year to do projects. Hopefully they'll come back next year to College Park area to have their conference again. But like I said, they this particular group was they're a ma'am?
Dominium or
Yeah,
Dominion.
Dominion.
You and I had some problems pronouncing the names at times, but
Yeah,
they
right.
do it wherever they go, wherever they have their yearly conference. They do a community service project. So
Okay.
That's
And we're very grateful for what they've
Yeah.
done.
absolutely, they did some amazing work that afternoon, and they did it in short order
Absolutely.
all over the
Absolutely.
community. It was
Very
fantastic.
organized. Very organized.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we thank them for that, Mayor. It's just that being that it's by the property, I just would like for us to follow protocol. But we can move forward.
Okay.
Thank you, Artie.
All right. You're welcome.
GICC update.
We're going to forego the GICC update. That will be emailed to you as well as the economic development report.
Other issues? Other issues?
None at this time.
Okay. Well, at this time, I would like to have a motion to go into executive session to discuss real estate.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Hi.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carry.